It's been an exciting international portion of the season, but now the ISCRO Junior Series finally returns to the States to begin the final stretch of the season. There's only 4 rounds to go, and here today we're under the lights at the Homestead-Miami Speedway for what I'm sure will be an amazing race. Hey y'all, I'm Rocket, back once again to bring you live flag-to-flag action of the ISCRO Junior Series here on the Velocity Network. Like I just said, it's the beginning of the ISCRO final stretch as we've now returned to the United States, and this is a fan-favorite track on the calendar, the Homestead-Miami Speedway, home of not only the Sunoco Royale, but some amazing races in the Pro Series for quite a while now. And the Junior Series took their crack at it last season, and we had an amazing race there too, with a tight battle going down to the wire, and being ultimately being won by Anderson Reed in his first career win. Now this season, the championship is certainly on the line for several drivers here today, because Haley Takoto has been on fire in the international races, especially recently, as in Nahuapi and Juarez, she racked up 2 wins in a row, and now has a 32-point lead. The only driver within a race of her right now is her teammate Brandon Barnes, who is the one behind by 32 points. It's then 43 points back for Emily Alamund. She's really going to need a good race here today. Like, a lot of drivers need some really good races here to get back in the race. I believe Alex Gray, 72 points behind, is the last driver within 2 races of the point lead. He's really the last guy I could say realistically has a shot at the title. Like, if you're more than 2 races back this late in the season, you're realistically out of the running. So everyone from Mitchell Carter on down are gonna need a miracle here. But I want to get down the track for the starting lineup, where we can see one of those title contenders is on pole. It's one of the Fords. That's Ryan Reed, 5th in the points, gets his first career pole in the Junior Series, and he could certainly use a big day today. The funny thing is, he's actually only led 1 lap this entire season, so he definitely could use a fantastic day here in Homestead. He's just been consistent. But yeah, he needs a breakout day. Speaking of a breakout day, in qualifying, that's what Cody Goforth has had. The man whose best starting spot this entire season has been 15th, and he's qualified 20th or worse, more in half the races at least. Yeah, he's on the front row. Like, the 67 team finally pieced it together in qualifying, put together a great lap, and it's exactly what Cody Goforth needs. He could certainly use a great race here today. Maybe he could shoot for his first career win tonight. Row 2, it's all Dodges of Colton Treslin and Mitchell Carter, 2 drivers who were in the title race earlier in the year, but currently are not. Treslin, moving up to the Light Series next season, really would like to get momentum back on his side. Carter will be returning to Full Frontal next season, however he'll be in the Chevrolet program as Full Frontal's changing manufacturers. Row 3, Emily Alamund and Brandon Barnes, 2 big names there in the title race. They out-qualified Takoto, so they definitely need to take advantage. Row 4, Axel Paulin needs a good race. So does Brandon Morris in car number 9. He's really on the edge of realistic contention right now. And then Row 5, around your top 10, Glenn Mixon. He's been 3 for 3 in top 10 qualifying so far. It's been a pretty impressive run for him, and he will be with Chevrolet next year. He's driving for Full Frontal next gen. He's gonna be replacing Austin Rogers in the 01. Like, that's a big seat for him. A huge opportunity for Mixon, and we'll have to see what he can do. And then here's Alex Gray. Like I said, last driver within 2 races right now. He needs a miracle, and he's certainly gonna try to manifest one here. Wow, that's enough rambling, so why don't we fire those engines and go racing here in Florida. The engines have fired. The rest of the starting lineup is on your screen now. Haley Takoto, not amazing qualifying. She starts back in 15th or so, but she's certainly engineered some great comeback drives this season. Thompson, a major one that comes to mind, and a very important race. Direction of the championship could swing wildly here. Can Takoto continue to run away, or can one of her rivals step up to the plate and cut that lead down the size? Ryan Reed on the pole looks to be the guy to do that, but there's several other drivers that could try to do it as well. Pace car coming down pit road. He and Cody Goforth rolling into that restart zone to begin racing here today. And we're green, we're rocking in Florida. Top two with a great start. The kind of gap in the guys behind them feel thundering into 1 and 2. Reed will pull away. And he's going to probably try to slide up here to block Goforth. Yes. One of the biggest qualities of this track is that it is multi-groove. You can basically run any line here and make it work. And Goforth immediately trying to force a move on Ryan Reed. Reed's going to try to move the block, but he's not. And it's going to be 3 wide off of 4 to settle the first lap. And it's going to be Goforth leading the first lap. I think it might be the first lap led of his entire career. Treslin way to the bottom, trying to get it hooked up down there. Got a decent run, but he doesn't quite have the bite he needs. So it is Goforth fully in control of the race here early on. 35 laps is quite a bit, and you're going to see that with the tires. This because another major quality of this track is that it is a cheese grater for tires. Like there's no pit stops in this series, so by the end of this race, like we're going to see some really messed up tires, and the drivers will have to manage that. Oh, Goforth bogged down a little bit on the outside, and Treslin on the bottom's going to make the move stick. Colton Treslin still looking for his first career win. It's kind of surprising. He's had some great races in his junior career so far, but still hasn't won a race. Now he's trying to do that today, but Emily Alleman gonna try to rain on his parade here. And no, she couldn't lead that lap. I thought she did, but she comes up inches short. And Nagan Scott, I saw him thinking about forcing that. Yeah, don't go 4 wide. You can make it work if you're precise enough, but smooth enough, and the other drivers can. Oh, he's doing it. Oh boy. Oh, it's really tight there. Look at Barnes riding the edge. He's gonna force it in. Oh, that's a risk. Barnes on the outside, 4 wide. He's gonna make all of those moves work. Unless he gets bogged down the high side. Scott's not done. They're still 4 wide. They are still 4 wide. Barnes needs to get out of this. I don't think they can hold that all day. And they make it, they settle it out. That worked out beautifully for Nagan Scott, who just dives underneath, going for the lead of the race. How about Nagan Scott try and get another win this season? Won Karyala in an absolute thriller, and that was a ballsy move. Not gonna quite get it there. Alleman is holding strong up high. She's got some help, but got some help from Carter and Barnes, both of whom are looking very strong right now. Barnes making the big moves to get up front. He knows he needs a big day here to really get back in the title race. Speaking of Takoto, actually hasn't had a great start. She's lost some spots. She has got a few back, but yeah, she crossed the line in 20th. Not great, but still a bit of ways to go, and you can definitely make up a lot of ground. I mean, look how tight this pack is. These young drivers are racing incredibly hard, and it shows. I'm honestly surprised nobody's hit the wall yet. They've been pushing hard. Oh, Dakota almost did it in the back. Yeah, she's really trying to force some moves now to get up front. Cody Goforth, meanwhile, Cody Goforth led early on, mired in the pack right now. Needs to get something together to get back up there. I thought Goforth was still up here, but no, that's his teammate. Axel Paulin must be, he's been hooked up. Like, where did he come from? He was kind of quiet on the start. We didn't really notice him, but he's at the front now. Could Axel Paulin get a second career win? It has been a nightmare season for Paulin. He will be driving for Honda next season. A big steal for the young Frenchman. Oh, there's Scott making the move work on the outside. We have multiple groups. Make it work just about anywhere if you place your car right. But yeah, Paulin's had a nightmare season. He could really use a great race here today. Look at Alaman just making that work. Scott got bogged down on entry. I'm wondering if that car's on a knife's edge. He may have gotten loose and had to check up. So Alaman back in the lead, trying to make it 2 wins in a rookie season. Get back in this title race. She's leading Rookie of the Year right now, ahead of Ryan Reed, and she's beating Reed on track as well. And that could be huge. Oh, Goforth's up high again. Oh, Morris sending it up there, rim riding it. We know how good Morris is on these 1.5-mile tracks. And both he and Barnes riding that high side. Barnes just got blocked by the guy that's going to take his seat next year in the Junior Series. Oh, I think we're 4 wide again. Fisher lost momentum. Yep, we're 4 wide again. Oh boy, that's risks. Just the risk these drivers are showing. Like, they know what's on the line. I mean, not just for the championship, but like, this is a track that a lot of drivers want to win at. It's a track with a lot of history. It's a fan favorite track. So to get a win here, it's a big deal. And Anthony Moore, back in the front here, Anthony Moore's going for the lead. Looks like he's got a good car under him. Moore's another driver who's not had the season he's wanted, but a win could change all of that. Anthony Morse, in his 2nd year of the Junior Series, moving into his 3rd next year, still has not won. Paulin trying to go to the outside of Alaman. The two Frenchies fighting for a lead there. 4 wide for 2nd. Paulin's still squeezing up there. He is committed to the top line, and it's going to work out for him. Paulin, Alaman tried to block him there, and he just would not take no for an answer, and that's Axel Paulin to the lead of the race. Really, I say Paulin's had a nightmare season. It's been a nightmare season for Mazda as a whole. Like, Mazda would love to get a win this season. Put the doubts to bed. Another driver wanting to put the doubts to bed, Hans Fischer. Some people have criticized the decision to re-sign him after an absolutely horrific sophomore season. But here he is, out to prove the doubters wrong, going for the lead of the race. I saw contact in the middle there, 4 wide between MoMA and Morris. Those two banged doors, and I can't believe they made it work. Oh, and here's another title contender entering this race. Austin Rogers down all the way to the bottom. Rogers had a terrible race in Juarez. He needs a great run to keep his title hopes alive. But I think the big thing, there's still no sign of Takoto. She is not having a good race. Oh, that's still really tight. Oh, man. I cannot believe they made it work. But Haley Takoto not having a good race. She's struggling. 23rd right now. I don't know if she's been in the wall or what. I don't think she's been in the wall yet. I think they just have a struggling car. Eric Reese really struggling. So is Tristan Faulkner, and that's the last thing he needed because Faulkner's had a disappointing season. Ryan Reed, he's not had a good race so far. He's mired deep in the pack. He's really dropped off, and that is the last thing he needs. It's like we're approaching about halfway here. Alaman's been one of the best drivers tonight. Moore trying to force a move up there, but Paulin denies him. But Emily Alaman trying to get another win, launch herself back into the title fight. And she's got a fantastic car out here. Mitchell Carter, he's had a solid rookie year, but he's been very quiet. People expected amazing things from him after his debut race last season, popping into the Monaco Dynasty 31 in the finale. And while he's had a good, solid rookie year, he's not really lived up to the insane expectations people had for him. There's a car in the wall up there. That's a Mazda. Who is that? That's Kat Bishop, one of the mid-season rookies. It was a matter of time for somebody hit the wall, and yeah, like a lot of drivers not really used to rim riding it like that. Like, there's not a lot of tracks where you can do that, and it's got a bit of a learning curve. I'm honestly amazed it took this long for someone to hit the wall. Oh, here comes Carter. Carter going for the lead. Didn't get the run. Barnes makes it 4 wide. Yeah, it's like a super speedway race of how tight this pack is. Paulin! I thought Paulin got way too close to Fisher's quarter panel. Rogers up high! Rim riding it past everyone! And he's got a huge head of steam. Is he going to immediately cut down an Alma? No! He's just stuck behind her. Biding his time, I guess. Oh, but that wasn't the right move because here comes his teammate. Oh, but Alma moves up the block and Rogers takes advantage. Alma was too busy dealing with him. Wait, is Carter going to go 3 wide here? He moved lines. He's thinking about it. He's looking. But he doesn't do it. A little bit of patience. A little bit of patience being displayed, though I'm wondering if that's the right call. It actually was the right call for Rogers. He was able to get underneath Alamund. Distracted dealing with Carter. Oh, but Alamund, huge run up high. And that'll keep her up front. More 4 wide in the back. Alex Gray trying to make something happen. Cody Goforth still riding it up there. Not. He and MoMA have really dropped off since the start of the race. They need something. They need something big to happen. And well, and you see the pack's starting to break up a little bit. We're starting at the point where the tire wear is really starting to kick in. So you might not be able to make. Some of those moves work. And Paulin, big handling issue there. He basically bogged down the entire top line. Oh, look who's here. Brandon Barnes. Trying to take P2. And Barnes needs a statement here. Because, yeah, he's been very consistent. A consistent driver. Smack dab in the title race. But he still has yet to really announce his presence as a contender because he still hasn't won a race. Barnes still has yet to win in his junior career. And I could see some people kind of questioning his abilities if he can't pull that off. Ooh, Paulin really not wanting to give up. MoMA working his way back up. Barnes needs something big here. He's got the perfect opportunity here. Dakota's having a poor race. He could win this race and put himself right in the title hunt. Like right back up behind her in the points. And basically giving himself all the momentum. But he's having some issues on the high side. His momentum kind of died there. Meanwhile, Carter going for the lead on Alamund. Good run on the middle groove there. Down low. Is Rogers gonna try something? I see him looking. But Alamund blocking any run. No, Rogers forces it. Forces the issue. He will not be denied. Gonna try to get around the outside of Alamund. With 11 laps to go now. Again, right in the high side. Just like Barnes, Rogers, a very high-profile prospect moving up, who has not won a race yet in his career, and just like Barnes, it's kind of shocking. Rogers is an incredibly talented driver. It's kind of amazing that he hasn't won. And it's been heartbreaking too, because twice now this season he has lost a race due to a last lap pass. He's been on the losing end of a last lap pass twice this year, and has had to settle for second. I think he's really sick of that narrative. So 10 laps to go, and Rogers leading the way, trying to finally get his first career win before he heads off the PLS. Ooh, good momentum up there for Barnes, and his teammate Moore going with him. Oh, Carter tried to shut the door on him, couldn't do it. Here comes the Hondas. Pick a line, Rogers. He picks the high side. Carter's got it going down low, though. So I'm not sure if that was the call to make. Carter losing his momentum, but he's going to try to force it again here. Oh, Barnes swings it up high! Too high! He's in the wall! But he didn't lose his momentum! Barnes hit the wall and kept the momentum going. How hard did he send that thing? And he's going to keep it up high. Big head of steam up high. I think Barnes might be able to get the lead here. I cannot believe he didn't lose his momentum there. That's not the only time we've seen that this weekend. I think we saw it in the heats as well. Oh, he tried to block Rogers. Couldn't do it. Lost his momentum there. That's going to allow Rogers to stay ahead for now. I would be amazed if Rogers can hold off that spirit of a charge. There's a few drivers right here that's really been going. Holland's starting to make some progress again. Back up to the front. Now has where's Dakota? She's gone backwards. She's 24th. Something is not right at the car today. That is huge. It is absolutely huge. That is exactly what her title rivals needed. Especially Brandon Barnes. But he needs to make the move on Rogers. He needs to get out front. Could his teammate deny Barnes the win? Could he deny both of them? Anthony Moore is just as hungry. Except for a championship, he's just trying to prove he belongs. Moore's not had a successful 2 seasons in the Junior Series. He wants to win to show exactly what he's made of. Barnes forcing it to the high side again. I don't think Rogers is going to block him this time. Oh, he tried though. He really tried. 5 laps to go. They'll be side by side for the lead. Can Barnes get the run? Good momentum up high. I think he's going to clear him. Yes, this time he gets the lead. This is the best Barnes has looked in a while. He's been getting decent results these last few rounds, but just not been on the same hot form earlier in the year. His teammate, huge run up high, switches to the bottom. It would be insane if Barnes, in position of finally getting his first career win, gets denied by his teammate who would also be getting his first career win. What a wild story that would be. And Moore really holding on the bottom. Barnes forces it, not giving it up. Speaking of Hondas, one's in the wall. That's Canton. And that's a tough break. It looked like he was starting to peek into the top 10. That's gonna really hurt Canton. 3 laps to go now for Brandon Barnes. But look who's here. The guy who's won every one and a half miler race so far this season. Brandon Morris, the closer, once again in position. Like, where did he even come from? Like, Morris just keeps coming out of nowhere. Oh, but he didn't get a good run. 2 to go. Is Moore playing teammate, or is he just trying to get in position to go after Barnes himself? I think it might be the latter. Barnes really got bogged down. Moore's going to be side by side of him coming to the white, I think. Well, down the back straight anyway for the second to last time. The Honda teammates side by side, and that's Hans Fischer in here. Fischer, who's had a terrible season, could be in position to win, but Barnes, masterful run in 3. He has been better in 3 and 4 than anyone else tonight, and he takes the white flag. Brandon Barnes has been so close to victory in his junior career. People have been questioning if he can make it, because he's not had that big breakthrough win that a young driver really needs to show he's ready for the next level. Well, Barnes, he's gonna silence the doubters today. Coming from 3 and 4 for the final time, he pulled a huge lead. Morse got a big run, but it's too late. Off the final corner, Brandon Barnes is an ISCRO Junior Series winner. He takes it here at Homestead. The man finally did it. All of his smack talk, is definitely giving him an avenue for people to kind of poke back at him, because that one thing he needed to tick off was a win. Well, they don't have that ammo anymore. Brandon Barnes, that is the best outcome he could have possibly had. And with that, I would safely say the championship is still alive. What a race. So, congratulations to Brandon Barnes on finally getting his first career win in the Junior Series, finally proving he can come in clutch when it's needed, and he pancaked the right side of his car, eating the wall along the way. It's an amazing drive from him. Brandon Morris, his streak of 1/2 miler wins comes to an end, but only just as he finished second, very close to the 87. Hans Fischer, after struggling the entire year, finally gets a good result. His first top 5 of the year in P3. Amazing job there for Fischer. That's definitely a major confidence booster. Austin Rogers comes up short of a win once again in P4, but a great points day. Emily Alman leads the most laps today, but has to settle for 5th. Anthony Moore, P6. I think he was wanting a win, but that's still a good result. Marcel Page from 19th to 7th. Another good recovery drive for him. Axel Paulin gets a much-needed top 10 in 8th. Brett Moma in 9th. I think he wanted better. It's still a good points day. And Colton Treslin gets his first top 10 in a while there in P10. And Haley Takoto, 24th place. Huge hit to her in the championship. And because of that, and Barnes winning at basically the perfect time, this championship is well and alive. Barnes is only 2 points off of the championship lead. Yeah, that's right. Dakota looked like she was going to run away with it coming into this race, and now Barnes is right on the cusp of taking the point lead away. That tells you just how important it is to be on it every race, and because Dakota wasn't and she faltered, Barnes took advantage. Emily Alman's 3rd, 19 points off the lead. Brett Moma's 4th, 28 back. And Austin Rogers, 35 back, is now the last driver in a race to the lead. And you have Brandon Morris back by 37, Ryan Reed 42 back, and it's a bit of a gap to Nagan Scott, who's 60 behind, Alex Gray behind by 63, and Marcel Page right your top 10 in the points. It's worth noting that we've now hit the point of the year where we're getting drivers being mathematically eliminated from winning the championship. Really thought there was going to be more. I expected there was going to be more after this race, but Takoto just having a bad result ended up axing that. And so it's only the drivers that had come in the middle of the season that are currently mathematically eliminated, though Hans Fischer with his top 5 only just got within that range. But anyway, that will be it here today. Just an incredible night of racing here at Homestead. This track never disappoints. It was a fantastic race from start to finish. Next week, though, we're going to be heading to a new track. Well, a new track in ISCRO, though it's a much beloved classic in the world of stock car racing. We'll be heading to the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina, the Lady in Black, which I'm sure is going to throw a curveball in this championship just like today did. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. Alright, without further ado, I have been Rocket. I'll be signing off, and I will see y'all next time.